Good morning, everyone. We're live. It's Sunday. I don't normally do these, but I figured, what the hell? I'm not going to be around for most of today, and I thought this would be a fun little time to talk about the Joker and the new makeup. So, this is the Joker's new design. This is Joaquin Phoenix in the makeup, and it somehow looks better than Jared Leto Joker, but somehow it's more disappointing. Now, I'm not here to dump on it completely. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a decent actor. I've liked him in certain things. I'm interested to see his take. I think they've learned not to go full gangster pimp Joker ever again. So we're going to go something weirder and more different. I bet this is going to be considered the Crispin Glover Joker, which, why wouldn't you just cast Crispin Glover as the Joker? He's weird. He's out there. He's not with it. So why not? But this morning I was working on the Captain Marvel video and I saw these images pop up, and I just wanted to talk about these because I know a lot of discussions being had over in our Facebook group, and I thought this is the only time I have to do a small stream like this. So good morning to everybody. We only got 52 people, but that's okay. This isn't about the views. This is about a small little discussion about the Joker. So we got some love. We got some hate. Looks too Dark Knight inspired to me. That's what I thought too. Because I've said this before on the channel, and I'll say it till the end of time. The DCEU is essentially Warner Brothers chasing that Dark Knight high. They want the billion-dollar box office. They want the critical praise. They want it to permeate popular culture. But they can't, because now Marvel is the hottest game in town right now, for the time being. So that's what this, to me at least anyway, looks like. It's an attempt to go off and create another Heath Ledger inspired Joker. They're gonna hit you emotionally with something different, and that's what I'm seeing here too. A lot of people don't approve. Yeah, a Sunday morning stream. I know it's weird, right? But like I was saying a minute ago, I was up early working on a video. It helps to be up this early when you go to bed at 9 o'clock the night before. If you're one of my Facebook friends, I jokingly posted, going to bed at 9 o'clock seems pretty good right now. And I did. I ate dinner and I fell asleep watching Third Rock from the Sun. I woke up, it was like 5:30. I said, that's a full night's rest. So let's get to work. What's my definitive Joker? I am going to go with, I guess, Jack Nicholson. If we're just talking live action, because Mark Hamill, that's not even fair. I mean, Mark Hamill Joker is the best, but that's only his voice performance. But I love everything about animated series Joker. Everything. Design, voice, schemes, the way he's written, everything's great about that Joker. One of my favorite Joker moments is when Joker goes to, I think it's Vegas, they have a Joker-themed casino. It was the episode Joker's Wild, and he gets really upset that they use his image, and he basically blows up the whole casino. I love that Joker. It sort of looks like John Wayne Gacy in clown makeup. Yeah, it looks a lot like Tiny Tim. Let me pull up that image for you guys. There's a Tiny Tim, let's see, Tiny Tim clown. It has the, maybe that's part of the story, but this looks a lot like it. And Tiny Tim was a bizarre dude. Was he Springtime Through the Tulips or whatever? I don't know. Tiny Tim's way before my time. I wasn't even born, so not an excuse not to be a fan of it or not be aware of it. Just I don't care. So here's Tiny Tim's makeup as a clown. That's kind of small. Let me zoom in for you guys. Oh, too much. There we go. That's Tiny Tim clown makeup. And now that's equally creepy. And this guy would play accordion or what would he play? A little ukulele. And then we got Joaquin Phoenix Joker. And he is somehow, I feel more comfortable looking at him than Tiny Tim. No more Tiny Tim on this channel. Let's see. Good morning to everybody. Congratulations to the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan. I joined your page. Let's see. I'm glad you just streamed, Jeff. I have nothing to watch. Oh, well, thank you very much. It is Sunday morning. There's not shit to do on a Sunday morning. Most people that went out and partied are still sleeping. If you got to work on a weekend, well, then you got to work on a weekend. And then there's this time. He looks like an angry Krusty. If you're talking about Tiny Tim, you're right. Tiny Tim, I'm not afraid of many things. But if Tiny Tim was still alive, I think that'd be one of the things that make me uncomfortable. Let's see. I think it looks great, says the Bizopolis. Will totally depend on the screenplay. You know Joaquin will nail it if the story is strong. That's a big if, though. We had Suicide Squad was garbage, but we had some really good actors. Will Smith is a solid actor. He used to be the king of the box office, king of the blockbuster. And then we had, I think it was Viola Davis that played Amanda Waller. David Harbour, who's now the Hellboy guy, was in that movie as well. There are a lot of good actors in Suicide Squad, but it was a bad script, bad directing. I would never put, and the thing is, the director that did Suicide Squad was David Ayer. He did Training Day and End of Watch. He's done some good stuff. Somehow Suicide Squad just should bet Todd Phillips. I like Todd Phillips. I believe he's directing this new Joaquin Phoenix starring Joker film. I consider him good. I love Old School. I love The Hangover. I love Road Trip. Yeah, Hangover 2 and 3 suck. But my point is, the guy can make good stuff. But anybody that's great can also make bad stuff. It looks like Nurkish. Maybe that's why Nurkish stopped streaming. He was off filming the Joker movie, and he can't talk about it. Darth Tiberius, thank you very much for your super chat. DC should have kept its movies to a single hero or to maximum 2 heroes a movie. They should have never chased the Marvel blueprint. I'm a huge fan of the revamped Aquaman look and casting. It took me a little while to become accepting of Aquaman. And you know why it took a while? Because then I realized I just don't care about Aquaman. Anything is better than what we've had. And it looks like they're trying to do the New 52 Jeff Johns Aquaman. And DC has been trying like crazy to make Aquaman a viable character. And I thought Aquaman was one of the stronger parts of Justice League. I liked the dynamic he played on the team. He was kind of like Thor, but a little darker, a little edgier. And my favorite moment of maybe the entire DCEU was when he was sitting on the lasso of truth and he, poured his heart out and then he just gets up and walks away. That was a fun moment. There are some fun moments in Justice League. Overall, the movie didn't work. But I, too, would have liked if they stuck with a singular hero dynamic. What I'm afraid of is now that they're going to introduce the multiverse into this stuff, and that'll be more confusing. I know a lot of people out there don't even know what the multiverse is. Well, you had multiple Earths involved with the DC franchises or DC history for a long time. And then in 1985, they did Crisis on Infinite Earths where they kind of just ended it. And then it kind of got crazy again. Basically, when you run out of stories to tell in DC, you just say, well, this is Superman on another Earth. This is Wonder Woman on another Earth, X, Y, and Z on another Earth. And then they did Flashpoint, which was an alternate Earth/reality timeline, which I thought was pretty cool. And I was hoping to see that as a film. Maybe the Flashpoint paradox and all that kind of stuff will tie into Joaquin Phoenix Joker, different Batman, all kinds of stuff. And from what I've heard, if I'm remembering correctly, this is supposed to be set in the 80s. Scorsese was at one time going to produce it. It could be cool. I like 80s flicks. It could be like a Batman version of Watchmen. It might not suck. Now that we got Alec Baldwin out of the picture, it could be cool. Tim Riggs says, good morning, pop culture from Montreal. What's up, Tim Riggs? When you return home, your t-shirt should be there waiting on you. So good luck in the Great White North. The Autist Whisperer says, I think Phoenix will surpass Ledger as Joker. The bloke is a great actor and is so incredibly underrated. Yeah, I'm not really here to critique Joaquin Phoenix. I have no problems with him as a person, an artist, an actor, none of those things. Same thing with, I don't really dislike Jared Leto as a person or an actor in other roles, especially in American Psycho. I love him in that. But he's just bad as the Joker. So you can take a solid to good actor and put him as a Joker, and he sucks. And I think it's dangerous to constantly say he'll be the best since Ledger. Now, the Autist Whisperer, I'm not attacking you, so don't take it personally. I think Heath Ledger was never the best Joker. That's on me. I'll stand with Nicholson. I'll stand with Mark Hamill. Then I'll put Then I'll put Heath Ledger. Jared Leto doesn't even make the list. Anyone that has ever played the Joker, anyone, all the dudes at Halloween, they're better than Jared Leto. But hopefully this is good. Hopefully this is great. It's fun to critique stuff and to rip on it and make fun of it. But honestly, at the end of the day, to quote my best friend, we all want to be entertained and we all want to have fun. And I'm not feeling the color scheme. I'm okay with the eyes, but I don't like the red, white, and blue. I would prefer him to have, the black around the eyes. Like the animated series Joker doesn't have eyebrows. He has those black triangles underneath, and that's how he emotes, stuff like that. And I'm not really feeling the red, the red nose. It's kind of it's a different look. The hair is straight up Heath Ledger, though. Once I see this in action, maybe I'll be more comfortable with it. Who knows? I want to be proven wrong on all these things. I want to be proven wrong about Captain Marvel. I want to be proven wrong about all these things because what I want is good entertainment. It's important. Pop culture is the story of us nowadays. You know, we talk about myths and legends of the past and how people remember history. Well, a lot of pop culture today is can be perceived as like a recorded history of 2018, whatever was popular, this, that, and that. So there's a lot of importance to entertainment, a lot of importance to pop culture, and people aren't treating it with that same respect. I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction. What would you say your favorite episode of Batman the Animated Series is? Almost Gotham's good. There's too many right now to list. There's not one I hate. I even like I've Got Batman in My Basement. I'm not against that episode. I like The Forgotten, the one where Bruce Wayne gets taken to that camp for workers, and then he escapes, and he gives those guys the jobs and shit. I like that episode quite a bit, too. Let's see what else. Okay, cool. Okay, Autis Whisper. Then we're on the same page. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I didn't to the past collectibles. If you're in the Cincinnati area, check it out. I'll be talking about that. I want to start doing more geek culture streams and stuff in the community to let people know what's going on, that there's a good side to people that are involved with the Comicsgate and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I absolutely despise this costume for the Joker. I don't like the suit. Let me show you guys the suit real quick. One cool little detail about Jack's Joker was he actually changed clothes. Yes, he had a good-looking wardrobe. I loved it. It's funny, too. He's kind of a pudgy Joker, which a lot of people don't really care about. I don't even care about. But he looked so cool. You know, those weird checkerboard pants, all kinds of stuff. Darth Tiberius, thank you very much for your super chat. On the subject, I think Phoenix time has passed. I don't think he's suited for a major role like Joker, but I hope I'm wrong. I really do. That's an interesting point, the way you put it. I think his time has passed. I thought he would have been bigger. What was he in The Patriot? That was 2000. Signs was 2002. And then he kind of went off and did some weird artsy things. I've never been a fan of the Phoenix family. And if you don't know what that means, well, Joaquin Phoenix's brother was River Phoenix, who was young Indiana Jones in Last Crusade. He was a pretty famous actor for a while. He was in some stuff. He was in Stand By Me, passed away. Let's see. Here's another picture of the Joker. I'll show you guys more of the suit. There's full pictures available of this costume, so you guys can make your own opinion, form your own opinions of how you think he looks. I just wanted to show the face first. It's different enough, but I'm not feeling the color scheme. I'll tell you what I am feeling. Let's bring a little positivity to this. What I am feeling, I like the cut of the suit. Yeah, they're trying to do a Ledger Joker. If you look closely at the shirt, it's got a similar style, but the Joker does dress like that. I forgot about the first Cesar Romero says Comanche Viper. Well, first off, Comanche Viper, thank you very much for your super chat. I appreciate that. I didn't forget about Cesar Romero. I'd probably put him third. Ledger, or not Ledger. God, now I'm getting all their names mixed up. There's just too many Jokers. Nicholson, Hamill, Romero, any cartoon voice, anybody that's ever dressed up as the Joker, anyone that's ever thought about the Joker, anyone that's ever just slept in their life, better than Jared Leto. And then there's Jared Leto. Yeah, now you guys are realizing there's a red nose. I don't like it either. It's too, I don't know. I don't know if they'll bleach his skin either. I don't care if his skin is bleached. I guess because I've accepted some of the Dark Knight stuff. I guess if I want true Joker, though, his skin should be bleached. You know what I really want is a scary Joker. I don't think Jared Leto's Joker, not Jared Leto, Heath Ledger's Joker is that scary. He has serious moments, like, he breaks the pool cue and says there's room for one of you and all this stuff. And there's a lot of implied horror. And I don't need to see the Joker rip people apart, but I would like a genuinely scary Joker moment. Maybe one day. Yeah, the film is set in the 80s, I believe, which excites me because I'm a sucker for 80s entertainment. But I won't let that color my judgment of the film because, well, they played some songs I like. Oh, they played Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I instantly liked the movie. No. They tried that with Straight Outta Compton. I thought Straight Outta Compton was a very preachy film. Not a bad film, just a little preachy. painted the guys from NWA in too positive of a light because historically we know what they did. They kind of just gloss over the bad shit. So they're trying to rewrite their history. And I don't dislike those guys at all. But at the same time, you were way worse than you're presenting yourself. So don't expect me to buy your narrative bullshit. If I read the article from Screen Rant, Captain Marvel smiles more than literally any MCU hero, I have not. I think that's probably bullshit because Screen Rant hasn't seen the film. But I don't really stick to Screen Rant. Tomorrow's Captain Marvel video goes into more detail about the article from CBR, how it's bullshit, the double standard that isn't really there. It's a more thought out piece, so you guys can check that out and let me know your thoughts tomorrow morning when it hits live. Hollywood has the stupid obsession with explaining characters when it's best to leave the background / origin mysterious. Effing idiots. Yeah, I agree with you, Tim. I do like Han Solo. Let's use Han Solo. This year, we didn't know much about Han Solo's origin, just in films. There were books, there were other things that were mentioned. The Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. You didn't really know why him and Chewie were together unless you read, ancillary content. It was like, oh, it's a life debt. Now it's not a life debt. Now it's all this other shit. Sometimes it's better to not know where stuff comes from, how it happens. Now, I did like knowing how Vader became Vader, like the actual fight. I thought that was cool. But at the same time, I like the mystery behind certain things. Like I didn't want to see him as a child. So with the Joker, I love Batman 89, and it does show his origin and stuff like that. But I also like the Heath Ledger version where you don't know. He just shows up one day, and he has some pull, and then it shows him build more of his crime empire. I'm with you there on that stuff. I think with Marvel, we'll do post on Captain Marvel and add CGI smiles. It'd be interesting to see. You never know what's going to happen with this movie. I believe that the first trailer helps get their finger on the pulse of how the public feels. And I'll give you a preview of tomorrow. These articles that come out, if they're going to try to shame you or guilt you into criticizing Captain Marvel, it's going to turn a lot of people off. Some people will become more extreme in their criticisms. So if you want people to be judged on the same level, writers of these articles out there, pull back the sexism shit because it's not going to end well for your cause. Maybe people will go extreme not because of the dislike of women, but because of a dislike of how certain things are reported on, and they'll be so fed up with it. Remember the women-only screenings of Wonder Woman that were actually illegal? You see, people don't look back too kindly on that stuff. I say you either take a more Wonder Woman-like approach, or you end up to be you either die Wonder Woman or you live long enough to become Ghostbusters 2016. That's how I feel about the whole thing. Let's see. Opinionated Junkie, thank you very much for your super chat. I believe you're new. Straight Outta Compton left out the Dr. Dre and Eazy-E beef. Yeah, there was some stuff they would rap about it. If you listen to, what's that one song? Oh God, Dre Day from The Chronic. The lyrics are Eazy-E can eat a big fat dick. Why do I know this? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But yeah, Opinionated Junkie, they do leave out a lot of that stuff. They like to gloss over the less than spectacular things that have happened in their history. So that's why movies like Straight Outta Compton, while enjoyable and while I do like it and don't really have anything negative to say outside of, they gloss over certain elements to make the actors, the people nowadays still alive, look even better than they actually were. So thank you. What would happen if the DCEU went woke? Well, I think if the DCEU went, it kind of has to a degree. That maybe much like Marvel, DC is just late to do everything. Now, remember, folks, going woke doesn't mean having women as leads in your film. Wonder Woman is the third member of the Holy Trinity of DC. And the reason I say third, not because she's less important, but because she was developed last, I believe. Superman was 38, Batman was 39, Wonder Woman was 41. Just throwing that off the top of my head. So I don't know exactly the dates and specifics on her appearance in the comic books to a T. Like I know when Spider-Man debuted. But that's why I say it like that. But no, having a woman in a lead role or something is important. Hell, if you look at the Justice League film, I'd say the most important DC characters are Batman and Wonder Woman. Superman comes in at maybe like a fourth in that realm. But I think going woke is when you bend the knee to this bullshit. When you're like, well, I want to change history or make up for past transgressions. It's somebody in our chat, our Facebook group, said something really important. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember it to a T, but they say something along the lines of the reason these woke people want to talk about firsts or make up shit about history is so they can feel like their cause was worthwhile, when in reality their cause was completed decades before they were born. So it's really a lot of uh, idiots trying to feel self-important about things. It's not necessarily that there's a crusade for these rights that they fight for. Now, yeah, people are discriminated against. I can't act like we live in this idyllic utopia. Believe me, I've dealt with shit before too. Everyone has, not denying that. But overall, like in the sense of entertainment, we've gone past these things. Let's just stop trying to act like people are still discriminated against. Scarlett Johansson makes millions of dollars a year. The Rock, who's a minority, makes millions and millions of dollars a year. He's the most successful actor finally. If the world was truly as racist as these people in Hollywood like to tell us that we are, The Rock wouldn't be making, $70 million a year. Scarlett Johansson wouldn't be pulling in more than most actors in general and more than most people in the world. So we're kind of past that narrative. They need to just stop it. Let's see. Can I react to the Bumblebee trailer tomorrow? I'll check it out and I'll talk about it. Because I don't really like Transformers at all, the movie. See, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man are in that era where I wasn't born yet. And believe me, I talk about old shit all the time. I love it. I respect it. But as a kid, it wasn't really present. They had other G.I. Joe. They had G.I. Joe Extreme. There were Transformers G2, which I did have Optimus Prime as a child. But overall, those are just relics of the past. While I respect them and appreciate what they did, I don't have the attachment. So Transformers as a franchise in general, I just don't like. What's my favorite 80s song and favorite song of all time? It's Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's a double hitter, man. It's a twofer right there. Is Tupac still alive? Yep, I saw him yesterday at Walmart buying macaroni. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead, thank you very much. Doomcock is interested in meeting Mauler. Set up a podcast with them together. Also add Dishonored Wolf if you can to that podcast. All right, well, we'll be, what are we, like Switzerland, where everyone meets? Let me take a picture of your screenshot, or let me take a screenshot of what you said, and I will start talking to these gentlemen as soon as possible. I will, there you go. You just heard me take the picture. So Sir Ruin of House Roundhead, I will start getting that together. I'd like to thank Mauler publicly for saving me $20 by not going to see Predator. I watched his video, and fuck the Predator. I will not be seeing that movie. But Anne Hathaway said we need to tear down the old world. All right, Anne Hathaway, you're old, you're unlikable. Let's tear you down too. No more work for you, Anne Hathaway. No more. If we're tearing down the world, let's just, everyone's done. Let's just reset. You remember how you would pull out you press the reset button on your Nintendo? That's what we're doing. We're sliding up that purple switch. Reset, game's done. Boom. No battery saves in this cartridge. Opinionated Junkie, again, thank you very much. DC needs to kill the shared universe and make good films. They are doing good and not focusing so much on Batman and Superman like they used to. I'm one of those people that I can never get enough Batman if it's good Batman. Batman is the most versatile superhero because you can have him in real-world events where we can sympathize and empathize with him as a human. We've all dealt with loss. We can understand the loss of his parents. We can also enjoy Batman in space, Batman in other dimensions. He's just pretty much like a catch-all character. You can do everything and anything with Batman. But I do like that other heroes are getting a fair shake. Again, I liked Wonder Woman. They had an opportunity to make Wonder Woman even better by not having her fight Ares at the end, but that's a topic for another discussion. I'm excited for Shazam, the real Captain Marvel. There are opportunities out there for DC to take now. So that's a good thing. So, Opinionated Junkie, I would like a good Superman film. We haven't had one. Some people say ever. I say since 1978. Yeah, Superman 2 is loved by a lot of people. Has a lot of problems. Go look into the history of how it was created and why it seems broken at points, because it is. 2 different directors made that movie. But I'm looking forward to the day when the DC films, like you said, don't try to copy Marvel stuff. I don't want Suicide Squad 2. Birds of Prey, I don't think Birds of Prey will be a woke film because Birds of Prey is an already existing thing. There are teams of men, there are teams of women and superheroes. Uh, Fine, let it be. I don't. Everyone has the right to exist, but you got to make it good. Because if you want the $1 billion and you want the praise of the fans and the critics, you got to make a good movie. You don't get by on intention, or you don't get by or a pass just because it's diverse or inclusive. It's got to be good. Good first, diverse second. I love Beverly Hills Cop. It's a good movie, just so happens to have a black lead, and only once as a joke, excuse me, twice as a joke, do they mention race in Beverly Hills Cop. So that's the point you got to make with these people. You want to make a diverse team? Cool, but make sure it's a good team. X-Men, mostly white people, but it's a diverse team. You have a Russian, a German who's a black and blue furry creature man who can transport or teleport. You got all kinds of people from different walks of life. Don't make it a gimmick. Make it almost make it irrelevant. Make it really interesting. And so you're watching and goes, oh, this is a great character who happens to be black or a woman or this or that. Ripley was written as a name, and just they cast as a woman, and Sigourney Weaver did a good job. Will I review the upcoming Dune movie? I don't even like the first Dune, but if enough people ask, I will. Let's see. Matisava, thank you very much for your super chat. Is it time for Batman, or it is time for Batman versus Predator? I'd watch that in a heartbeat. I couldn't throw my money fast enough at that movie. It would be like Batman Dead End, where he fights the alien, or he doesn't even have to fight the alien, the xenomorph. He could just straight up go to Predator. He could be some Gotham SWAT team that was going after the Joker, and the Predator gutted everybody, and the Joker was like freaking out, and they're like, oh, it psychologically broke the Joker. And then Batman's like, I got to find out what happens, and there's your movie right there. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop, just a great character. Eddie Murphy was huge in the 80s. Eddie Murphy was. I wish he was that good nowadays. Blade Runner 2 is kind of dull. We got to cover that for a patron soon. So if you're listening, thank you for your patience. We're just trying to get everybody involved. And if you guys have any patron requests, make sure you post them to Patreon. If you're the big member for the t-shirt, well, they've all been sent off for. So nobody will be without a t-shirt as long as you responded to the message. I should consider checking out Dune's fan edit called the Spice Diver Dune. Okay. I'm always open to suggestions and recommendations on the channel. Can't promise exactly when, especially with October coming up, because we got a ton of stuff. But I can add it. Just remind me. It's okay if you say it a couple. Oh, now I'm getting the call. Hold on one moment. Hope you enjoyed the Axel F, folks. I'll be right back. Life is calling, but no, don't worry, Gresh. I'm going to read your super chat, and we're going to continue this on. All right, folks, that was a world-class bullshitters. First, I got a phone call, and I had to go open a door. So awesome, but I'm back. So Gresh says, one major point of the Joker is that he doesn't even know his own past. He doesn't need an origin. This won't be good. R.I.P. to the DCU again. Yeah. You don't need to know the origin. That's why there's a beauty behind the Killing Joke. or what is it, One Bad Day, or whatever it's called. There's just so much to the Joker that they try to tell you too much and ruin it. I mean, excuse me. What's the point? The mystique is gone. I mean, you can only milk it for so much merchandising dollars anyway before it becomes hollow and weak and not worth anything anymore. A really good chef. Thank you very much. I still want Steve Buscemi as an aging Spider-Man. Oh, man. I do too. Hey there, superheroes. I'm a fellow superhero just like you. That's Steve Buscemi as Spider-Man, and I'll buy it in a heartbeat. Jesse Miller says, about to hit 31,000. Oh, on Stealing Solo, yeah. We've blown past the stretch goal, and now we're doing great. So everyone's going to get their early bird certificate. And I'm hoping to get those numbers up, because I want to give you guys Anthology, which is like the Twilight Zone in comic book form. It'll be a lot of fun. So check that out, folks. Yeah, my ringtone. That's my phone alert. Opinionated Junkie, thank you very much. Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man MCU more. It's not hard for me to dislike the MCU Spider-Man. I don't dislike Tom Holland. I dislike the world he inhabits. And that kind of stuff pisses me off, that I have to live in a world where, again, my favorite character always seems to suffer. Do I take it personally? No, I don't take it personally. It'd be stupid to say, oh, it's all against me or get too upset. I look at it like this. I had greatness with Spider-Man 1 and 2, and now I'll just have to live with those memories. But I was old enough to appreciate and enjoy them, so we've had great Spider-Man, just not anymore. People are still talking about the ringtone. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for everyone who stuck around. Sorry about that. Welcome to my Madhouse Joker here. All right, well, hello, Joker. Wait till I kidnap you and put you in my Joker room, Jeff. You've ever seen it. I'll make my own movie just like you want to do a Stealing Solo. I think I know who's coming after me. So thank you. Welcome to my Madhouse Joker here. You don't have to kidnap me. I'll willingly go to your Joker room, and we can make a Joker and Batman flick. I'll get super cut, and I'll be Batman. Let's see. Tim Riggs, thank you very much for your super chat. If they say this is one... Okay, sorry. If they say this is one involving the gender, sex, orientation, or race in the first 50 to 100 words, that means nothing else is worth talking about. Yes, if it's the first one involving gender, sex, or orientation, it definitely is. That's what pisses me off. But we live in a world now where Captain Marvel can't claim those firsts. We're very lucky that they can't say, well, it's the first female-led Marvel movie. No, we had Elektra. What's the first female-led in the MCU? Well, see, now you're picking apart to get a first. What's the first? Look at. She will not be the first female Marvel character, MCU character, to defeat the main bad guy. Who beat Killian? Pepper Potts. She's not the first anything. Scarlett Johansson will always be a bigger deal to the MCU than Brie Larson will. She's fun. She's likable. People say, well, Scarlett Johansson doesn't show any smiles. Well, Scarlett Johansson does make jokes. You know, in the Avengers, one of the most memorable lines to me is when Iron Man goes, I'm bringing the party to you. She goes, I fail to see how that's the party. I laugh every time. So, you know, let a movie live and die by its own merits, not the narrative that you're trying to push, because narrative does not sell movie tickets. DeMille Jr., thank you very much. The new Joker looks like the clown on Scoopy's ice cream cones. Well, I guess they're going for super cheap Joker, you know. Let's see. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is more comic book accurate. Not true. Not true at all. What comic book are you going for? Because that's a coverall phrase that is inaccurate to give Tom Holland. If you say, well, Tom Holland's comic book Spider-Man is more accurate to Ultimate Comics, well, there you go. A lot of people don't know the difference. And if you don't know the difference, you can't make that phrase or that statement, because I can say Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the same Raimi Spider-Man flicks are pretty accurate to the John Romita Stan Lee era. If you don't know what that means, it's not the shit that you've seen in the cartoons. It's the stuff that comes after high school. That's what they presented. That's what they did. And they did a good job. So those movies do that as well. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson is really hot. You're doing a Sunday morning show. I'm not doing a full show. I just wanted to have some fun talking about the Joker. Like I said, I was working on the Captain Marvel video, and I saw this shit, and I just had to talk about it. See, it's not about the money. It isn't about the money, but that's what these they want our money, and if they don't make it, they bitch and they try to blame. Oh, it's sexist. No, he's made a bad product. The blue is reminiscent of John Wayne Gacy, if that's what they're going for. Maybe they are going for the John Wayne Gacy look. All right, thank you, Tim. I'll be checking out on Facebook. Tom Holland Spider-Man is better than Miles Morales comic book. Yeah, but there is a non-Miles Morales Ultimate in the year 2000. It ran until, what, 08, 09, where he dies? He gets shot and bleeds out on his front lawn. Kind of an anticlimactic way for Spider-Man to die. But then they rebooted it with Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. So there is a high school age Peter Parker that lasts for many, many years. It's just not Miles Morales or, the older one. Let's see. Mareth Deoline, thank you very much. This Joker looks like Ronald McDonald's gay cousin. Very well could be. What's Ronald up to these days? Hang out the Hamburglar and Grimace and this Joker. We need Les Grossman in the MCU. I think we have Les Grossman in the MCU. He's called Ike Perlmutter, but he doesn't have power. Have I seen Mahler's video on The Force Awakens? Yeah. And I haven't seen the pop culture on The Last Jedi. I have not. I'll check those out. Mahler's got a new video on The Force Awakens coming up. I'm in it. So believe me, I talked to Mahler behind the scenes. He's a cool dude. I'm happy to help him out when I can. He looks like Nurkish in the flesh. Yeah, he does. I think Nurkish should adopt this persona. Maybe we should start a hashtag Nurkish for Joker, and we'll just have Nurkish narrate like shit underneath images of this. Let's see. No Batman in the new Joker movie? I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be set in the 80s. Now, an 80s themed Batman flick we've had. It might, but I think Thomas Wayne's also in this. So if Thomas Wayne's in the movie, there's no Batman because Thomas Wayne dies. That's what inspires Batman to become Batman. Darth Tiberius, thank you very much. Not trying to be an SJW. Could the Joker be played by a woman? Just something I'm curious about. Says a daughter or sister. Thank you, King of Ohio. There is a female Joker. If you go check out Batman Flashpoint, Flashpoint universe is different from regular DC. What happens is the night Joe Chill goes to shoot Batman's parents, he accidentally kills Bruce Wayne. So Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker, and there is a female Joker. So it could be a possibility if they decide to go that route. Yep, third turd, they already had a female Joker in Flashpoint. She was cool, too. I didn't see the twist coming. It happens at one of the ends of the issues. I'm like, oh, man, a female Joker? This could be interesting. Thomas Wayne will be a tranny. Let's hope not. Let's hope he's a good man for the reason that, Bruce Wayne becomes Batman because of what a good man Thomas Wayne was. By the way, I was just gifted a copy of Batman Damned, that new DC Black Label book that has Batman's wiener in it. So I won't be reviewing it for the channel, but I am liking the format of the book. Yesterday when I was at my local comic book shop, I picked up a comic. I wouldn't mind having an anthology be inspired by just nice, big comic books. Superfan Adam Shawhan says, missed you Friday and Saturday night. Glad to see you. We are world-class bullshitters. Well, thank you for missing me, Superfan Adam Shawhan. Last night, like I said, I went to bed at 9 o'clock. Did not plan on it. So that is the life of my this awesome world-class bullshitter. I slept. I ate pizza, and I passed out. I am coming back tonight, though. I believe our friend American Trent 007, who's a patron, is invoking his appearance clause. First off, it's his birthday, and he also wants to do a live stream of the original Star Wars to talk about how important it was to him. So be prepared, folks. I don't know an exact time, but I'll give it to you soon. Jeff likes the Wiener book. I'll put that on a t-shirt. No, Jeff likes owning something that people are paying $100 for and getting it for cover price. That's what Jeff likes. This thing was only $6.99. This is a nice comic for $7. Nice comic. Who do I think is the perfect Joker? I mean, I guess I grew up with Jack Nicholson, so I like him a lot, but Mark Hamill too. I don't think every Joker needs to be a crazy reinterpretation. Much like Batman was taken over from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to George Clooney, and George Clooney sucked, but it's Batman. Why can't we just have a continuation of the Joker? Instead of having him play Robin, aka what's his name in The Dark Knight Rises, why not have Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks enough like Heath Ledger he could have taken it on. And he's a pretty good actor too. He's a very solid actor. He could have acted like that. The franchise that you want least to go woke that already hasn't. James Bond. They tried to make some comments about political correctness and sexism in Goldeneye, but it goes right back to the old shit. After M says her line, she's right back to, to come back alive and shit. So I don't want James Bond to go full SJW. As long as you keep Bond the same, you can have him interact, because the world changes, but you should always have James Bond be the same. And therefore the drama comes from him interacting in a different world. Let's see, Mike Matei Joker was better than Jared Leto. That's true. Mike Matei was awesome, and he took some serious bumps. Oh, you were at home washing your tights, and that's why you were late? Joker should be a crime boss that every syndicate pays a cut to the second he gets out of Arkham, because he usually leaves everyone alone. You don't want to make him unhappy. I do like that. Sketch therapy, though, I also like when the Joker's broke and it's played up for comedy, like in Joker's Millions. King Barlow gives Joker all this money, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to leave him my fortune. So the Joker spends all this money, and then the rest of it's counterfeit. Oh, it is such a funny episode. What is the worst case scenario for episode 9? It makes $2 billion. That's the worst case scenario, because it just goes to show you a good trailer can sell you anything. DeMille Jr. asks, did you see a Star Wars A New Hope Animotion trailer? First off, DeMille Jr., thank you very much for your super chat. Yes, I did. It was posted to our Facebook page. It was excellent. I actually thought to myself, I would drop $20 to go see A New Hope just animated, but with the same dialogue and sound effects. Just straight up animated. That seems like an easy way to make some money. Instead of spending $250 million to remake A New Hope, why not just spend, I don't know, $50 million to get it reanimated? You'll make your money back in a weekend. Oh, it's the original Star Wars reanimated. And then you tell people, if this movie makes so much, we'll come back and we'll do Empire and Jedi. And then that's like $1.5 billion right there from a small investment. That excites me. That idea excites me. This isn't the Joker's origin. It's Nurkish's origin. So this Joker businessman is a woke joke or mediocre film for common folk. Well, I believe it could be for everybody. You can't really do a woke setting in 1980. They'll try that kind of shit, but I think, didn't Dunkirk get some pushback because it wasn't representative enough for some shit like that? If you're going on history, you gotta accept how history was, and you just gotta push forward. Everyone that said Soilo would make $1 billion, it didn't. Everyone says Plan 9 Chapter 11 will make $1 billion, it won't. Hashtag short Disney. Sketch therapy, I hope that's the case. I really do hope that's the case. I know people behind the scenes are worried about that. You know, what'd be even funnier is if that movie was successful, so then they greenlight a whole bunch more Star Wars movies, and then those flop too, because it's like, we push these into production while the demand for Star Wars is high, and then there's an even bigger train crash. Let's see. Superfan Adam Shawhan, I know you'll be looking forward to tonight, man. Congratulations on the birth of the little dachshund. I joined the group. I like dogs. I don't own any, but I like them. The thing about woke is it tries to corrupt and erase history to make the past broke too. Yeah, I don't like trying to change the history of stuff. Was everything perfect back then? No, but it wasn't as bad as they like it to claim it is. Chris P, thank you very much for your super chat. Finished Spider-Man PS4 last night. Not hyped on the post-credit scene. Let me guess, it's something to do with Miles Morales. I won't buy anything with Miles Morales in it. I don't want Jean Paul Valley Batman. I don't want Kara Zor-El as Superman. Well, it should be just, Supergirl, but still, I want the main event version. I want the real deal. I don't want anybody but Tony Stark in that suit. I'll buy Jim Rhodes as War Machine, no problem. And if War Machine's taken over for Iron Man, cool, but he's not Iron Man. He's War Machine. So I don't do Miles Morales Spider-Man. Who would I cast as Adam Warlock? Let's see. We need a strong guy with blonde hair and gold skin. Can we go back in time and get Hasselhoff? No. I don't really know much about the character to be excited for him in the film, but somebody that's got to have screen presence. Who is a decent actor with good screen presence? I don't know. Not DiCaprio. I'll have to come back to that one. Tim Riggs, thank you very much. Covering the extra charge rate for Monopoly money I'm given right now for being in the land of the Frenchies. Thank you very much, Tim Riggs. I appreciate that. Enjoy your poutine and your free healthcare while you're up there. The guy who played He-Man, like Dolph Lundgren? I don't know, man. Maybe. David Hasselhoff was the real Nick Fury. I think the reason there's no pushback from people about Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury for two reasons, twofold. Sam Jackson's a great actor and people love him. And two, there was Ultimate Nick Fury who was black and looked like Sam Jackson. So there's no complaints. Whatever. Some people still would prefer, old school Nick Fury, and that's fine, but that's not a racist critique. That's like, I like this version better. Okay, well, this is the version in the movie, and he does a great job. Mareth Dialine, thank you. Owen Wilson is Adam Warlock. Wow. Mareth Dialine, thank you very much. With the new Spider-Man PS4 game, the Stan Lee cameo is, in my opinion, the best one yet. My friend on Facebook has the image of Stan Lee as his icon, and that's the only reason I knew he was in the game. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of the fun surprises, but one day I'll play it, and I'll let you guys know. I'm thinking at Christmas time, we'll do a lot of gaming streams because people will be home for the holidays. They'll want to have some fun. Just a different way to entertain you guys. Well, guys, I got to get going here in a minute because while this was fun, it's making me realize two things. I have to be somewhere soon, and people really like Sunday morning shows. So if I see a tire tread of ones roll up the screen right now, I might be able to pull off some more Sunday morning live streams. They won't be as early as Good Morning Pop Culture is, but it's a nice way to start the day and have an open dialogue with everyone out there. So I'm waiting for that. Yeah, I know, Mr. V, I'm sorry, but I'm taking my mom to brunch. So I got to be there in about an hour. So I still have to get ready. So let's see. We'll see on ones. Oh, two. DJ D show. There's the fun police. All right. Lots of ones. Some double ones from people. Oh, man. Some dude. He hates the channel. Some dude put more twos than there are ones combined. I'm just gonna close up shop on this channel right now forever. No, but folks, again, thank you guys so much for supporting World Class Bullshitters. We are on the path to ending the year out with 100,000 subscribers, and that's exciting. We started the year with 10, so it means we'll have grown 10 times in a single year, which is cool. It just goes to show you guys that we know what people want in terms of entertainment, and the big guys aren't giving it to us. We want more out of the world of entertainment, and we can get it. We can go elsewhere. So as we close it out, let's just check out Stealing Solo because somebody mentioned it. It is at $30,964. 154% of its flex goal. Holy shit. So thank you guys. I know I've shared the art. I'll be sharing more of it in the coming weeks, coming days. Got to pump out some more to the colorist. But until then, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Make sure we get some thumbs up on this so it can become more viewable in the index. And come back tonight for Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I'll see if the other bullshitters are available to join. If not, it'll be Trent and I, and we'll be discussing how important it was to him. It's one of my favorite movies, so it's going to be a lot of fun and how important it is to me. So, yes, I'm going to eat a lot of protein. Thankfully, bacon has some protein in it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, everyone, have a good Sunday. Enjoy your day. If you're off work, don't do shit unless you have to. If you watch football, have fun with the sports. Not for me, but if it's for you, awesome. Catch you guys